Good evening. How are you tonight? Valor. If you've watched any of our sessions before, you know this is my routine. And again, I apologize for the lights on the computer if they tend to phase in and out. Still having problems with it, and the computer company won't do a darn thing about it. So, okay, next one, White Angelica. Love this stuff. A little bit on the forehead, the temples, the crown. There we go. All right. So this is our final education session for 2019. Yeah, last one for the month of December, which of course translates to the last one of 2019. Now, let's take a look at what we're doing tonight. It is a class called Frequently Asked Questions, which basically that's what it is. As essential oilers, my wife Lori and I get asked a lot of questions. So we're going to go over some of the main ones that we get. Now, have to do a disclaimer at first to open up this class. So this information is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information represents what we, independent distributors of Young Living essential oils, have chosen to do to take charge of my own personal health and that of our family. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, consult your physician before using these products. There. Okay, disclaimer there. Welcome. Welcome to Frequently Asked Questions. We are, well, we, as in me, Lori's on her way home right now. We are Jay and Lori Hawk from Banks, Oregon. We have been Young Living oil users and members for almost 5 years now, and we love to share the joys and wellness we've experienced with others. As oil users, we get asked a lot of questions by others who haven't yet experienced what these little bottles of wellness can do. We thought it would be fun to kind of go over some of the questions, the more frequently asked questions that people ask us. Some are pretty basic, some are a little deeper, and some are completely out of left field. We have no idea where they got these questions. So let's start off, and here we go. Biggest question: what is an essential oil? We talk about essential oils all the time, but then people say, well, what is an essential oil? What is it? An essential oil is the immune system of a plant, and it works perfectly to support the human body as well. An essential oil is a natural product extracted from a single plant species. Not all plants produce essential oils, and in the plants that do, the essential oil may be found in the roots, the stems, the leaves, the flowers, or even the fruits or the fruit rinds. To extract these oils from their original plant material or resins, they are distilled or they're cold pressed and then put in a bottle for us to use. So that's basically what an essential oil is. Next question: aren't the oils oily? Yeah, we actually aren't the oils oily. Isn't it oily? Well, essential oils do not feel oily. They are called oils because they contain the oil-soluble chemicals in the plant, usually 100 to 200 chemicals per essential oil. Now, this complex chemistry gives essential oils their therapeutic properties and explains why different essential oils may have overlapping effects. Essential oils are also absorbed into the skin very quickly. If an essential oil, or what you think is an essential oil, is oily a few minutes after applying it on the skin, then it's not a 100% pure essential oil, no matter what the bottle says. Essential oils, the stuff I just put on before class, so just a couple minutes ago. Nope, no oil. Nope, everything's fine. It's all absorbed already. No oiliness whatsoever. Love it. Next question: how do I use essential oils? Well, you can use essential oils basically in 3 different ways. All right, you can knock it down into 3 categories: aromatically, topically, and internally. I wouldn't use everything internally unless you're using a certain brand of oil. Now, depending on where you're needing the support, depends on how you use them. And don't worry, this isn't rocket science. For example, if you're needing support for healthy breathing, find an oil that supports the respiratory system and apply it to your chest and throat area. Inhale directly, just, sniff that in. If you're needing digestive support, take a vitality oil for internal use to get the oils directly into the stomach and intestinal area and help it support the gastrointestinal tract. For skin support, apply directly on the desired locations. It's, again, not rocket scientists. We are not, well, actually, strike that. We have rocket scientists on our team. We really do. Honestly, we do. And they're great with this. And they love the oils. Now, I mentioned vitality oils, and that is one of the questions we get. What are vitality oils? Well, vitality oils are specific oils that Young Living has labeled for internal use. You can ingest them. The oils are the exact same oils as what's in the regular bottle, but they have to be labeled for internal use, as the FDA states an oil cannot be labeled for more than one use. Well, essential oils are natural, they're not patented, so the FDA can't really control them. What they do is they try to provide guidelines here. So in that sense, a regular bottle of lemon essential oil, like this, has to be marked for topical or aromatic use, but not for internal use. Now, conversely, a bottle of lemon vitality is labeled for internal use and not for topical and aromatic use. The only difference is the label. It's the same oil inside. Dietary, topical, aromatic. Same oil. So that explains vitality oils. One of the other questions we get asked a lot: what makes Young Living so different from other oil companies? I could go on for a couple hours on that, but I won't. Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, started researching essential oils decades ago. Just decades ago, before any other oil company was even a gleam in a bandwagon jumper's eye. He was his own guinea pig. He really was. Gary traveled to France to study how they grew and distilled lavender, then planted his own field in Idaho, distilled the harvest, and started sharing. Now, in 1994, he started Young Living Essential Oils as a company. He is the pioneer of modern-day essential oil usage in North America. Young Living has a seed-to-seal process, which is a promise, really. It's a meticulous, 5-step approach that allows Young Living to deliver the most potent and pure essential oils from the farm right to your family. Starts off with the seeds, obviously. Seeds are chosen for their genetic superiority for producing the best plants to harvest. Cultivation. Plants are grown in chemical and pesticide-free farms. Yeah, chemical-free, pesticide-free. And they're harvested at peak times. It took research to find out when the peak times for all these different plants are. Distillation. Products are distilled on site at distilleries located on the farms instead of being sourced out to who knows where. Testing. Independent and third-party testing are done to ensure the highest quality and purity of the oils. And then sealing them. The bottles are filled on site to reduce the chance of contamination, then shipped to the warehouse for distribution. That's what sets Young Living apart, the seed-to-seal promise. From the time that the seeds are chosen to when the products are delivered to your home, these items are handpicked to ensure purity and safety. They undergo very rigorous standards and a very testy approach so that we can promise you the most authentic essential oil experience every time. This unique approach sets Young Living apart. We oversee every step of production to ensure that you get pure essential oils and products you won't find anywhere else. You will not find these oils at this level of purity anywhere else. No. There are a lot of copycats out there. There are a lot of people who are trying to follow the Young Living pattern. Who do you think set that? Young Living. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what makes Young Living so special. Plus, they love us. They really do. They love their members. Now, another question that we get asked frequently, I get this from even my own family who are not essential oil users. They say, how do oils work? What's the magic juju juice that makes them work? Well, essential oils are absorbed by the body either through diffusing, ingesting, or topical application. You might hear some oilers say that the oils know where to go. And you may think to yourself, that's a weird thing to say. But look at it like this. How many times have you taken an aspirin? And do you question how the aspirin gets to where it needs to go to solve your headache? I mean, face it, you don't take the aspirin and go on your forehead. You don't put it directly there. You take the aspirin internally, it goes down to your gut, and then it gets into the bloodstream, and then it eventually gets up to your head, as well as throughout the entire body, courtesy of the bloodstream. Eventually, it'll make its way up to your skull. It's the same with essential oils. They enter the bloodstream, and within a very short time, they are in the location that they need to be. It's that simple. Next one. Had this, this was one I got about 2.5 years ago from my sister-in-law. She asked, can essential oils control emotion? Control is a little too harsh of a term. Now, oils can help influence and adjust emotions and hormone levels and stress levels the way aromatherapy does. Remember, it wasn't all that long ago that aromatherapy was considered part of the dark arts and new age healing. Now, it's an accepted therapy. Essential oils are fighting the stigma of being a new age fad. And part of that is because of all the people who have jumped on the bandwagon, all these other companies that start off with, oh yeah, our oils are just as good as Young Living. Hey, ours are just like Young Living. No. And then you got grocery stores and you've got specialty shops like, Victoria's Secret and, Bed Bath & Beyond and Bath & Body Works. And, they're coming out with their own line of essential oils. Well, you know what? It's not the same. It's really not the same. So that's what really makes people think, what makes Young Living so special with that? And how can it not be a new age fad when I haven't heard about this 20 years ago? But in truth, essential oils have been used by humans for well over 5,000 years. There are oils and blends that help support emotions by being inhaled directly from the bottle. There's this wonderful oil called Stress Away. It's a wonderful blend. It has lime, it has vanilla, it has lavender, and it is a tropical vacation in a bottle, and it smells fantastic, and it does what the label says. It says Stress Away. You take a sniff of that, and suddenly you're just like, okay, I can breathe a little easier. I'm not as tense. It can happen. That's because the chemicals in the oil get right up into the olfactory system, through the nostrils, just right up in there. They get into that olfactory system and then into the limbic system of the brain. Now, that system of the brain controls memory and emotions. That's why a lot of times one of the first things that triggers an emotion is a scent, an aroma. Not necessarily something you see, but something you smell. For example, if you have fond memories of your grandmother's snickerdoodle cookies, and you go into a bakery and you smell snickerdoodle cookies, if it's anything like your grandmother's recipe, it's going to take you back there just like that. There are oils like that. White Angelica is one of them for me. This takes me back to a perfume my grandmother used to wear back before we'd go to church on Sunday. And first time I opened the bottle, that's exactly where I was transported to in my mind. It was a fantastic emotion. Almost made me cry because it was that that powerful. So in that sense, oils can help with emotions. They can help support emotional stages of your brain. It works. It does. Which leads us to the next question. Do oils really work? That's a big question. We get asked a lot. People say they've tried the oils from the grocery store and they didn't do a thing. Well, that's because those aren't really true essential oils. They can contain up to as little as 5% pure essential oil, with the rest being made up of floral water, alcohol, filler, synthetic fragrances, all kinds of chemicals and stuff, many which are dangerous to the human body. Even some who have tried Young Living can say, well, I used the oils, once or twice, and they didn't work. We still got sick, and it's not working. Why don't they work for me? You said they'd work for me. Why don't they work for me? Let me ask you this. Do you brush your teeth just once in January and then expect to go to the dentist in October and have no cavities? Are you shocked that you don't just use something once and you're covered for the rest of eternity? No, it doesn't work like that. Essential oils are from plants, and they are amazing, but they don't stay in your system forever. In a healthy person, oils can be in the system for 4 to 6 hours, thereabouts. Now, if you are unwell, if you're under the wellness line, oils can stay in the system a little longer, maybe 3 times that long. But that's because your body knows that it needs to hang on to them. And the more often you use the oils, the quicker your cells learn how to translate that information, and the quicker your body responds. So, yes, oils really do work, but you have to use them. You can't just let, this bottle of lemon sit on a shelf and expect it to freshen the whole room if you leave the lid on. Hi.
Hi, that's true.
There's Lori.
My Dragon Time hasn't been working so much lately, but then I discovered I haven't been using it. Oops. How easily we forget.
Yeah.
It really works.
Yeah. That's just it. You have to use them.
Are you giving them all kinds of tips?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Yep.
I bet there's stuff that they want to know that I don't know why they don't ask, but I know there's stuff they want to know that they maybe they don't even know that they don't know it, but
yeah, you don't know this.
There's so much to know.
Well, that's true, because a lot of people, when they hear about essential oils, it's like, okay, I don't want to be seen asking a question like that. I get more private messages on Facebook than public posts about oils, because it's like, well, I don't want my friends to see that I'm asking you this.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then there's the Lucy libido questions, but we'll save that for another time.
Yeah, that's a class to itself. All right. So another question we get asked by young moms and dads is, can I use essential oils on my kids? Yes. Yes. Young Living has a line of essential oils for kids called KidSense. In fact, it's a whole product line. There's supplements in there as well. Now, these are pre-diluted oils, and it's pre-diluted with a carrier oil so as not to irritate sensitive skin. There's even a line of baby and toddler products called Seedlings, and they're wonderful. They are wonderful. And that ties into our next question too. What is a carrier oil? Well, carrier oils are plant-based oils that help spread out and dilute essential oils when applied. Some oils are regarded as hot oils because they can irritate sensitive skin. Oils like cinnamon bark, clove, oregano, those can be hot oils on skin. Me? No. I'm a pretty tough old bird, so doesn't bother me. But some people, they have to dilute it with like almond, jojoba, coconut oil, any kind of vegetable, plant-based oil really works. Bacon grease is not a carrier oil, just so you know. Save that for when you're cooking something. But no, bacon grease does not count as an essential oil. So almond, jojoba, coconut, sesame, something like that, and you're good. And it's less likely to cause irritation if you use a hot oil like cinnamon, clove, rosemary, oregano, something like that. So that is a carrier oil. Lori kind of alluded to this one. Are there oils that work in the bedroom? Yes. Yeah. Cypress. Yeah. Cypress is good for both men and women because it's a vasodilator. What does that mean? That means it widens the blood vessels, especially in certain parts of the anatomy, thus resulting in higher sensitivity, thus resulting in more whoopee. Yes, I said whoopee. I'm sorry. I know. I'm such a rebel. So I got to tell you this. Have you ever heard of goldenrod? Think of the name. That alone should tell you what it's good for. So yes, there are oils for the bedroom. And we do have a class on that. Now, next question. Getting warm in here. All right. Aren't essential oils expensive? Well, when people say that essential oils are an expensive luxury, I like to ask, how are you at dropping money at the pharmacy, urgent care, the doctors? Yeah.
Are hospitals expensive?
Yeah. Isn't it worth investing in your own health so that you are more equipped and in control to live your life fully? Now, before we started using essential oils, and of course it was Young Living essential oils that we used, we were shelling out tens of thousands of dollars a year on medical bills for me. Yeah. My immune system had basically stopped working, and I was constantly under the wellness line. Always going into the hospital, always going into the doctor, always missing work. Yes, doctors would treat the symptoms and send me on my way with a jar or two of meds maybe, but they never got to the root cause of repairing my immune system. That was done by using essential oils. The proof is in the pudding, as I have not had any major wellness issues for almost 5 years, which is when I started using essential oils. Coincidence? No, not in the least. We look at it as being proactive spending when we purchase our oils instead of reactive spending when we used to shell out the bucks for hospitalizations, follow-ups, and prescriptions. And to top it off, our oils most certainly don't cost as much as an overnight visit to the emergency room. No. Next question kind of deals with business. Is Young Living one of those pyramid scheme things? No. Emphatically, no. A pyramid scheme is a system of business where you have one person at the top making a ton of money, then a few people under that one making a little less, then more people under that second row making a little less, then rows 4, 5, 6 on down the line making less and less with each row, never being able to achieve the financial success of the person above them. Actually, most corporations work like that. It's not very often that the person who happens to be the factory floor sweeper at a GM plant will rise through the ranks and become the CEO. With Young Living structure, any member can earn more in commission than the person who enrolled them. Any member can do that. The only limitation comes from yourself. That's it. So why doesn't Young Living have a store? Why can't you buy Young Living stuff in stores? Short answer, because we don't need one. Amazon, one of the world's biggest companies and arguably one of the most successful companies, they don't have retail stores. More and more stores are ditching brick and mortar buildings and they're going online. When Gary and Mary Young started up Young Living, they realized that word of mouth is the best marketing plan to follow. Find people who believe in the product, then have those people tell their friends. There are several highly regarded financial experts who say that multi-level marketing or direct selling is the way to go if you want to be financially successful, whatever your standards of success happen to be. Dave Ramsey, heard that name before? Dave Ramsey, well known as one of the most popular financial advisors around, says, and I quote, "Multi-level marketing, network marketing, and direct sales are the names used by those in that type of company to describe how their business models work. Their detractors call what they do one of those pyramid schemes with a snarl. These companies are not pyramid schemes. They are legitimate methods for some people to make some side money and sometimes to literally build their own business," unquote. That's good enough for me. That's Dave Ramsey. He is an authority on financial matters. He is well respected across the globe, and he says network marketing is a good thing. I'm in. Yeah. Another question we get, now, if I become a Young Living member, do I have to sell oils? No, you do not. You do not have to sell oils. You are under no obligation whatsoever to sell oils, talk about oils, post pictures of oils on Facebook and Instagram, and be ostracized by your friends and family. No, that all just kind of comes naturally. So, however, yeah, my brother who lives in Iowa. I love my brother. Great guy. He thinks I'm a nutcase. But he also acknowledges that I have not been to the hospital in 5 years. And he can't explain that one. But he still thinks I'm a nutcase. Partly, I think, because, he's my older brother. Keyword there is older. So, once you have seen what these little bottles of wellness can do, it's going to be hard not to share with others. You can become a retail customer and make purchases at the retail prices. Or you can become a wholesale member and you can get some discounts. Think Costco, all right? Think Costco, except that you get a whole lot of stuff for your membership fee than a little card that just gets you in the door. Wholesale members start off with a premium starter kit, which is only $165 for over $400 worth of stuff. Oh, and it's good stuff. Lots of oils, a diffuser, samples of Ningxia and Thieves household cleaner. And then your only requirement is to purchase 50 PV. PV means point value or personal volume, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And that's over 12 months. 50 PV over 12 months.
What's PV?
I just said that. Personal.
What is PV?
Point value or personal volume.
But do they know what that is?
That is the value that is attached to the item. And it is usually dollar for dollar. Okay, usually dollar for dollar. There are some things like diffusers and some of the consumable edible products, like the einkorn stuff that Young Living has, that isn't really dollar for dollar. It's close, but it doesn't quite match up. So that is PV. Point value. If you are a wholesale member, you're only required to purchase 50 PV per year. That way, you get 24% off retail, and you can qualify for monthly specials and free products. You can also sign up for the free Essential Rewards program, which gives you bonus points for your purchases in tiers. For example, if you're on Essential Rewards for 3 months, you get 10% back in points.
Tears
Yeah.
of joy.
Tears of joy, yeah. 4 months to 24 months, you get 20% back. After 24 months, it's 25% back. That's where we're at. We've been on Essential Rewards pretty much since we started. I think the first month we weren't, and then after that, it's like, hey, we're missing out on a lot. Boom, here we go. Got it. We've been on it that long, almost 5 years now. So you get 24% off retail with wholesale. And it's a lot of fun. There are also discounted shipping options available called YL Go and YL Go Plus. It's similar to Amazon Prime, as in for an annual fee, you get free shipping for each month's order. And with YL Go Plus, you get additional free shipments throughout the year, which are called one-time orders or quick orders. They used to be called quick orders. Now they're called one-time orders. And you can get those free as well. Now, it has saved us a lot of money. Yeah, it really has. And the question that we hope you're asking, if you're not already using Young Living products, how do I become a Young Living customer or member? Well, talk to the person who invited you to watch this video session. They obviously care enough about you to want to share this information with you. If that person is Lori or me, talk to us. Yeah. Yes, you can send an instant message. You don't have to put it out there for everyone else to see and think you're a loony.
They can actually call us on the phone too.
Yes, they could. Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned thing, but it's kind of nice to hear voices.
Yep. You can email us. You just contact us, or Pony Express. I don't care. Passenger pigeon, whatever it takes. Get in touch with us if this is something you're interested in. Wellness. Yeah, huh? We can help guide your first steps into that fantastic world of natural wellness and toxin-free living that essential oils provide. It's worked for us. It's worked for us for 5 years. It's worked for several of our friends for longer than that. We absolutely love essential oils. So those are a handful of the questions that we get on a somewhat regular basis. And we hope that we've answered some. If you have any other questions, let us know. You have to ask. If you want to learn, you have to ask. It's that simple. We can't read your minds. If we did, we would know, hey, you could use some eucalyptus radiata oil, or I bet Valor would be the perfect oil for you. Well, we don't know that unless you ask us what you need or what you're looking for. So keep asking questions. That's how you learn.
Love questions.
Yep, we love questions.
Because if we don't know, then we get something else to figure out.
Yeah. What she said. So everyone, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Festivus for the rest of us, or whatever the case, and whatever you celebrate. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We do Christmas at our house. We've got the there you go. See, got some of the village up there, and on that side, I got the tree and a couple more village pieces on the shelf. And there's Mrs. Claus sitting there underneath the chandelier there. She's wrapping packages, I guess. I don't know. But have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. And we are taking January off for new classes. So we're going to be running some repeats of some of the most requested ones, like Oils of the Bedroom and also Animals, Oils, and You. Those are 2 that we're going to be running in January. I'm having foot surgery done this week, and I really don't want to be writing up scripts for classes when I'm not feeling all the greatest in recovery mode. So anyway, with that in mind, take care. Hope to see you sometime in 2020. Again, any more questions? Let us know. we can always do another frequently asked questions class. Take care. God bless.